Hello, young scholars. This is Mr. Martyron with your Flip Classroom on how to write a DBQ, part 2. So in the first part of the first video, we went over how to set up your paper, Times New Roman font. We set up the header, we set up the title, and we wrote our introduction paragraph. Okay. And again, just to recap, the introductory paragraph, it's not very long. Okay. Provides us the who, what, where, when, and why. It sets up the framework, lays the foundation for the paper, and most importantly, it has your thesis. And our thesis, as we said in the last movie, this thesis is the values of the Renaissance changed man's view of the world in at least 3 ways. There was an emphasis on individualism, people embraced life in the present, and reason triumphed over religion. So really, the thesis is this part. The values of the Renaissance changed man's view of the world in at least 3 ways. The stem of the thesis, or the roadmap, if you will, there was an emphasis on individualism, people embrace life in the present, and reason triumphed over religion. That's what your paper is going to be comprised of. So let's take a look at our first paragraph. The Renaissance changed man's view of the world because there was an added emphasis on individualism. There is our topic sentence. All right. And I'm just going to, let's say, we'll make that yellow. Well, it's going to be hard to see. So I'll undo that. I'll highlight it yellow. There we go. So the Renaissance changed man's view of the world because there was added emphasis on individualism. This is what's known as a baby thesis or a topic sentence. It sounds like our thesis. All right. The Renaissance changed man's view of the world because, and rather than talking about the other elements, people embrace life in the present or reason triumphed over religion, we're focusing on the emphasis on individualism. So we've got our topic sentence. So I know that this paragraph is going to be about a renewed interest on the individual over religion. Through renewed contact with the classics, Italian scholars proved their understanding of, student missed a word, of Greek, Latin, studied old manuscripts, and copied classical learning style. Not bad. This interest in classical learning led to more than just fascination with ancient times. It led to a new intellectual movement known as humanism that focused on secular ideas. All right, so not bad. So this whole section, these 2 to 3 sentences, provides me with a nice background on the idea of humanism and what it is. Notice we haven't really even gotten to any of the documents yet. We were just talking about, what individualism is. Humanists promoted the idea of individualism, the emphasis on the dignity and worth of a person. Notice how this person has identified and defined for me what humanism is and what humanists believe. Cool. Nowhere is man's changing view of the world. So again, notice how this sentence or phrase refers back to our topic sentence, refers back to our thesis. Nowhere is man's changing view of the world more evident than in the arts. The humanist emphasis on cultivating individual talent inspired artists to express their own values and emotions and attitudes. All right, great. Why is this great? Because it's setting up, it's laying the foundation for what they're going to talk about, talking about the arts. So I know that this paragraph is going to be geared more towards that, I think, document A, dealing with the art. And here we go. 2 paintings can best illustrate how man's view of the world changed during the 1400s. Great. The painting Madonna is more spiritual than natural. Okay, so one thing that this author did, number 1, they shortened the title, which you are permitted to do. If you don't want to say Madonna enthroned between 2 angels, you can just refer to it as Madonna. But notice how, again, it's Times New Roman 12, but they've italicized the title. So anytime you refer to a title, for example, Everyman, Hamlet, Mona Lisa, any type there's a book, you will italicize it. When you're handwriting an essay, you will underline it. The artist seems more interested in creating a scene to illustrate a Bible than showing a real person. Not a bad sentence. And I think we get this from our outline that we did. Okay, the Madonna shows little or no emotion, and the Christ looks like a little monk, not like a baby. Really neat. So right here, these 2 or 3 sentences is the analysis. So think back to a couple weeks ago when you guys did art analysis that you submitted for me. Here you go. So in 3 sentences, this person has basically explain to me what Madonna enthroned between two angels looks like. 300 years after Madonna was painted, Leonardo da Vinci painted his masterpiece, the Mona Lisa, which was filled with life and feeling. All right, this is a great sentence. Why is it great? Well, they've told me, they've added a little context that 300 years after Madonna, Da Vinci paints the Mona Lisa. Okay, so it's offering a sharp contrast, which was filled with life and feeling. Leonardo pulls the viewer into the painting. Notice how this author said Leonardo doesn't say Leonardo pulls you into the painting, but the viewer. Remember, your DBQ needs to be written in third-person objective voice. Leonardo pulls the viewer into the painting by presenting Mona Lisa as a deeply human, intriguing thinker, feeling human being. Okay, that is kind of a clunky sentence and would probably need to be reworked, but I can see what they're trying to do. And notice, here it is, the big question that you guys want to know, the parenthetical citation. Open parenthesis, DOC, period, A, close parenthesis, period. So, in this entire section that I just highlighted, the author of this DBQ has written and analyzed the two pieces of art. They've compared them, they've contrasted them. All right, as you guys can see, it's not really hard to do. You've done it before in class, some of you guys more successfully than others, and we'll go over that. But they've compared the art and then they've cited the work. It is so important, even if you use the title, Madonna, Mona Lisa, you have to cite the work, document A. All right? So again, just to recap, here's everything that needs to be in that second paragraph. You need to compare and contrast the two pieces of art. There's nothing about this painting that says religion or church. I'm not really sure why the author of this DBQ put them in quotes, but they were emphasizing a point. Da Vinci, also known for The Last Supper, which, ladies and gentlemen, should be italicized because it's a painting, skillfully portrayed his subjects' personalities and feelings. He also made designs on astronomy, mathematics, and anatomy. Although devoted to religion, which does not need to be capitalized, these Renaissance artists like Da Vinci broke away from the church to focus on more worldly subjects. All right, so that's your first body paragraph. Why was this a good body paragraph? Well, like I said, good topic sentence, good amount of background, talking about individualism, humanism. Then comes the analysis. Or excuse me, then comes the explanation of the art, and then the analysis. So remember, your body paragraph is going to be in three parts. Topic sentence, background, explanation of the art, right here, and then the analysis. All right, pretty simple. Keep that formatting as you're writing your paper. So I'm not going to go too heavily into the next paragraph or the next paragraphs because I want you guys to focus on your own style. But just to be sure, when you transition into a new paragraph, make sure you have a transitional phrase. Okay. In addition to emphasis added on individualism, the Renaissance changed man's view of the world because people began to embrace life in the present. All right. Don't just say in addition to, because you have to tell me what is being added to the DBQ. You just can't say, in addition, the Renaissance changed man's view of the world. You need to put two and two together like an equation. So here is another example of a good topic sentence, and I'll highlight that for you guys. There we go, second topic sentence. And this person continues. You know, prior to the 1400s, the Catholic Church dominated almost every aspect of a person's life. So I'm not, like I said, I'm not going to read too heavily, but this person provides with background, then they discuss the two pieces of literature, and then provide their analysis. All right. So if you need to watch this video again, please feel free to do so on how to write a body paragraph. If you have any questions, you can always email me or post on Google Classroom.